I'm Kelly, and if you do know me, hi. Let's see, I'm first up, and today I'm going to be playing two of the three pieces from Ferroud's three pieces for solo flute. The first and the second. I won't play the third today because it's not quite ready. But I'm prepared to play one and two of the Ferroud. All right. I'll just start when I'm ready.
It's one more movement, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I'm applauding. Probably everybody else is applauding also. I'm applauding for everybody. Thank you, Kelly. It's wonderful to have you opening this, masterclass session here. I thank you for taking on that. I mean, we know you so well, and you know it's not harmful. So, but I could imagine it's scary to start a session like this. And now let's see. Let's make you play a lot here.
Sure.
I can't see your fingers. I can see your left hand a little bit, but not the rest. It sounds like it's all there, so I shouldn't work on it very much. Could we just start on the jade, on the second piece here? Because here I think are the thing that we could improve the most. You have a figure that comes back that goes dum ba dee dee dee. There's always, it's a long slur going into, a last note in that bar where the slur is. When I hear you here, Kelly, you go for that last note. And if you look carefully for the text here, it's a slur with a dot in the end that can only be interpreted as lighten up the end, it's a slur, and let go in the end. So there's a lot of the music that will be ya ba dum bum ba da, ya ba dum bum ba da da. You see that? I don't want to hear that accent in the end. Also, Ferroud is so careful where he writes 4/4 or 3/4. So by doing funny thing like that, you kind of you destroy his structure. He has a clear message. Here's 4 beats, here's 3 beats. So we want to keep track of where you are in the bar. If you suddenly accent the end of the bar, then we lose this, Or if you suddenly just accent a 3rd beat or a 2nd beat, we need to keep that structure.
Right, okay.
For every artist, there is whatever kind of art you're doing. I said this many times in Wildacres, so why not say it again? That for any art form, we have to establish rules that you're going to work with. It doesn't matter if you're a painter, if you write books, or if you're a musician, or if you're a composer. You have to establish a style. Because if you don't do that, it becomes messy. But once there is a safe style, you can start to break the rules. You don't do it from the start. First of all, you establish, the context that we're going to work within. And in this case, it's very clear pattern of how the bars should be. Then, come on, later in the piece, you could accent the 4th beat or the 3rd beat, and then it has an effect. It's the same, any painter, good painters, you recognize their works because they have such a style that we all recognize it. And then they break the style a little bit, and then it becomes fascinating. Like Beethoven, you can hear it's Beethoven, but then he's moving his own rules in such a wonderful way, Also, I can hear some of the good old flute players, that were my, heroes. I recognize them immediately. And then they do those funny things that makes it so fascinating that I could never copy, but make them the master. So to become the master, Kelly, play this again and be very careful. I'm going to stop you when you bounce or accent notes that are not supposed to be there. If you do it in the end, okay, we leave it up to that. But definitely not the first half of the piece. Then it's all presentation. And it also says in this piece, bien rythmé, which means well rhythmical, good rhythmical sense for it. So let's hear it again. Very good. That's the way. Now it's so easy to orientate, you know, in the bar, and it starts to swing. It's really dancing now. Um, there is a tenuto mark, you know, in if you have the music. This is in the end of the second bar line, and yappa-pee, yappa-pee. That tenuto mark is, you know, for music that is written around the First World War into the era between the world wars. Those tenutos can be interpreted like accents. You do an accent, so it's good. Mm-hmm. So that's you know, still you want to hear pa pa pee. So just a little extra on the third and fourth beat, but we need to hear the first beat. So that's very good. I want to hear all this again, because now you're starting to feel really safe, you know. Okay. So don't hesitate on when it comes to that. Ya pa pa, ya pa ya pa pa. Very good. Go. Good, go on. Please go on, Kelly. That's so good. Okay, Kelly, can we go back to au mouvement? Just where you stopped here, la da di pia pia patam payam. You see the end of the slurs. Could you lighten up the end of the slurs?
Sure.
Otherwise, as I said before, we will hear it as an upbeat. We will hear la da di, la da di, la da di, and that's not what he's writing. It's off the heavy beat. La da di dum pa 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 pam ya da dum. So let's go from au mouvement. Lighten up the end of the slurs. But that was very good. Kelly, I want to hear this much better. This. You see this?
Oh yeah, that.
You hear the difference when I play it? Mm-hmm. You accent the end, you know. And that's, okay, save that, you know, for the end of the piece. Here, you have to establish what's written. There's something Chinese over this, isn't it?
Yeah, he wrote these
yeah.
acts like because he was influenced by the Oriental style.
Yeah, and exactly, that was in France, especially in France, you know, all Europe. But especially France around early 1900, that was something we call exotisme. Yes. It was, you know, the world started to get bigger, you know. You could actually take the train all the way from Paris down to Constantinople, all the way down to Turkey, you know. You could go the Orient Express, you know, in the end of 19th century around it. So it was very popular to have influences. And if you see Ravel's music, it's full of all this, you know, capricho español, some Spanish dances here, some habanera there. Same with Debussy, Go to the Sea, or he would, you know, write about the trees that he saw somewhere in Italy. So this is it. You know, it's Oriental. It's God knows what he heard, but he heard something that is pentatonic. You know, there should be 5 notes working on it, so he's doing this, and it sounds to us Chinese or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you have this in mind, you know, to you know, dance with it, make a little fun of it. It's very light music, but it definitely goes into this kind of style that we call exotism, you know, something exotic.
Exoticism.
Okay, enough of music history here. Now let's hear some flute playing. Au mouvement again, please. La-di-dum, pia-di-dum, la-di-dum, pia-di-dum.
I'm hearing it now. Oh God.
Oh.
Okay. I hear what I'm.
It was such a bad connection here also, just when you played now. I haven't heard anything. Please do it again.
No, but I played it and I heard exactly what you're talking about. Okay. I know what to do. Okay.
Okay. Oh, Kelly, just go back a few bars. This. Easy on the second and 4th beat. Easy on the third, on the second and 4th beat. You can start anywhere there. Maybe there is a 4th in the beginning of that bar line. Could you start there?
At the beginning of the bar line? Okay.
The bar, it's the 4th bar line from the end if you have the music here, everybody. Okay.
Oh God, I'm hearing it. Okay. I don't want to. Okay.
Okay. But maybe here, somewhere here, okay, if you say, no, I really want that, okay, here, we will have to buy that, you know, as a surprise. But I don't think it's necessary, really.
Yeah.
But, if you're going to do it somewhere, it's somewhere here, you know, then you start to break your own rules. Or actually the universal rules of music that we are using. Let's go again, same place. Good. Oh, sorry, I should just shut up. I just said good because I heard something that I didn't hear the first time you played it. Okay. But it was so good. You know, when you and then you went to the high note, that long B flat there. You nailed it, you know, and you didn't do that the first time. This is it. This is the way you should do it. Can you go from sans céder?
Sans céder, yes.
Don't die. That's, I guess, what it means.
Yeah, don't die.
Yeah. Okay. I can't really, are you doing good bell tones there, like four from the end? So you're not tempted to play them straight, dee, da, 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 but actually there's a little bit of tang in it. Ding, da, 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 da. That is to serve the tempo, If you have a good beginning of the note, that's when we hear you're going to make a slowing down. Otherwise, it becomes messy. So make sure you have a good start point and maybe some kind of bell tone. So if I show. If you hear that beginning of the note, it's easy to hear that, oh, she's going to change the tempo here. If you swell on the note, it's hopeless to hear that you're changing your tempo. So make sure it's really good bell tone. Could you do the last bar line? Also in that first figure, make sure that you don't put too much expression on the second beat. You can hold it, Just don't accent it.
Okay.
So. Just make it elegant and still dancing. You're still in a dance move. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. That's the way. Once again, same place. Sorry.
Ran out of breath at the end of it.
Yeah, is it supposed to be, out of tune, that last thing, or is it supposed to be a D? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you should just slide up an octave without bending too much.
Okay.
Do you see? That is, maybe it's Chinese more than.
Yeah.
So it's like a breath.
Say that again.
I think it's more a breath, just going up the octave and down. I don't think you should bend too much there.
Okay.
I'm not familiar what's going on. No, but please don't bend it. It's out of style. Even though it's very exotic, and Chinese flutes are still in tune.
Okay.
and you could do that very gently. You could just go.
Okay.
I just said. Le signe bon être deux mots indiquer qu'il faut porter le sound. Yeah, you should just make a tight sound there, Like, so maybe overblow it without open index to the next octave. You just overblow it and then go down, but still it's a D. Try.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's better, Otherwise, it sounds like you're failing.
So I guess so the emphasis is more on a color at the top, like reaching a color and then coming back down to the root, perhaps?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the one right before I'll move more? Like 1, 2, 3. The G to G. Same kind of thing, or what do you think?
Where is this?
The 5th line from the top. The
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one from the top. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We heard it there too. Yeah, I think it's, porter. It should just be tight. No Or it's like a, yeah, without hearing the glissando, it's just tight, like a violinist or anyone would have done it. And they just glide without, there's no really trouble with intonation. We just hear a very tight sound. I think so. I don't think you should do any blues, you know, or out of tune stuff. Like, no, don't do that.
Okay.
Just,
Just, okay.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
And if someone else tells you, you know, that they should do glissando there, someone who knows better than I do. But it sounds weird, you know. But when you play so much in tune before this, it sounds weird. Kelly, should we just have a little quick look at two places in the opening?
Sure.
The Bergère Captive.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Where would you like to start?
Yeah. I would like you to just look into repeated notes in the low register. Bergère Captive. The third bar line, the very last bar.
Yeah.
You see the repeated G's there? We lose your rhythm. It sounds just diffuse. And you really have to tell us the rhythm there. Bum, bum, dee, doo, 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 dee, dee. That's one thing. And also I was thinking of when you have phrase tops, you heard me say this in the Miyazawa class, and it's probably one of my trademarks to always say this. But when you reach a phrase top, like a high note, your expression has to be in the beginning of the note, and then you can lighten it up. You just don't swell on it, you know.
Okay.
There are a few exceptions, of course, you know, but let's those exceptions be exceptions, and I can't see anything here. So let's see the second bar line. You have an anime, which, you know, you get more and more agitated, more and more live. When you reach that top F, that's when you sing, you know, from the start of that note. And then you can ease it out, you know, but you have to sing beginning of the note. And that comes a couple of times, you know, you have upbeats, 2 bar lines later, where you have to be active on the beginning of the note. So could you just play again? Of course, in the beginning here, it's a little bit different, you know, then you can be more free. Très expressive dans le mesure, pretty free, you know, as he said. So there you can, but I liked what you did there. But then when it comes to au mouvement, where here is the tempo, okay, then you have to show us exactly, you know, where the expression should be. And he's very clear on where he wants it. So let's go from the top, enjoy your playing, and then feel from au mouvement that you nail the top of the phrases in the right place. Okay, go. same here, Kelly. You see that F, the last F you do, it has a diminuendo that starts even before the F, you know. So don't stretch it. Don't grow in espressivo. The espressivo is dying away here. You see? Mm-hmm. You can keep it alive, you know, but just don't stretch it rhythms. Very good. Just the bar line over sitting on the. I love the way you played the little break, the silence of that little 8 note before the G or before the upbeat. Very good. You do something there. You breathe or lift, but you just show people who are listening that I'm silent. And that's very good. You know, so we feel that, it's not on the beat, it's after the beat. That's very good. Maybe you could go from there. There's a bar line, second bar line of Au Mouvement that starts. Could you go from there? Mm-hmm. Very good, Kelly. Are you standing up, Kelly, or are you sitting?
I'm actually sitting right now.
You're sitting right now, yeah? Well, I just wondered, it looks so natural. So maybe that's your natural position to sit down. Very good. Lovely.